Hey, what's going on, everybody? So, today I figured I would kind of show off something that I just found earlier. And I know I don't normally do like smaller videos like this, but I thought it was kind of cool and I kind of wanted to showcase it off. Um, so, I was scrolling through my phone, and my phone will give me these random articles based on stuff that it thinks that I like. Sometimes they're pretty hit or miss, but to kind of get towards the point, there was a list of the best free games of 2017. And this happened to be on here as one of the last games. And it kind of caught my eye because I've always been a big fan of SimCity. And growing up, I actually had the SimCity 2000 edition, like on disc, that I used to play on my parents' computer. That was actually in the living room for a long time. So it's kind of cool. Like, it really brought back some nice like nostalgia for me, and I figured it would be kind of cool to show it off because it's not just SimCity. It's also got its own sort of twist to it. And where it comes from is there's a con called One Bit Clicker Jam. It's not really a con, but it's like a competition called One Bit Clicker Jam. And for this year, it's 2017, right at the end of it, which this game came out, I think, in around March or so. But during the competition, the way that it worked out was everybody makes their own game and everything, and it has to meet certain criteria for it to join in the competition. And this was one of the games that were made in the competition. So the whole point behind the competition is that they have to be a clicker game, which means that you have to repeatedly click over and over again. And the whole deal with it is you can play the whole game with your mouse. So I don't have to use my keyboard at all. It's all mouse movements and everything, and you use either left click, right click, or you can use the middle scroll wheel, either up or down, or you can click it in, which is pretty neat. Like, it's a pretty hands-off kind of game. Like, you can just kind of play it in your free time. And I mean, it's actually pretty in depth as far as city simulators go. I would say it's pretty on par with the old like SimCity 2000 that I used to play, at least. Like, SimCity 2000 might have a couple more features or whatever in it, but I mean, I thought this was very cool as far as what it is. So I mean, it's pretty basic. You have your little houses and stuff like that, and you can right click on them and it'll show you what they're worth, and you can raise the rent on them and stuff like that. And obviously, so it says they have needs and complaints. They need water, employment, and shops. So they want to be able to buy stuff. They got to have some water to be able to drink and everything, and use their facilities and everything. So you have to click on it to build it, and then you have to click until it's built. So I thought this was really cool. Like, it's just kind of like a neat little pastime kind of game. And it's just, I don't know, it was just kind of cool, and I figured I'd show it off a little bit. Because, I mean, I didn't know about any of this. I didn't know what One Bit Clicker Jam was. I know that there's a lot of different indie game competitions that are out there. I've noticed a couple of them here and there, but I thought this one really caught my eye, as far as this game goes. And I was looking at some of the other games that were, actually made for this 2017 edition of the Clicker Jam, and there's some other really neat games on there as well that I may end up checking out. I don't know if I'll make a video on them, but just some cool stuff. And I mean, it's technically free. It's name your price, so you can go onto the website and you can pay if you want to, but you can just enter in zero if you don't want to, which is, I mean, completely fine. That's what it's there for. But I don't know. I thought it was really neat, and it's just kind of like a simple little game that you can sit down and play in your free time. Maybe listen to some music or whatever. But it gets super cool because you can raise your population up and stuff like that. You can, if I make a factory, and the factory's the one that takes the most. Hold on, I'll try and. So if you right click on it, you can see that they're going to be trying to make production as food. So if I open, I think it's this tab here, it'll tell me what food production and demand and stuff is like that. And it'll tell me what the price of it is what what you're selling it for and everything, which is really cool. And it has like all kinds of statistics on what you're doing. Like, this is how much I've spent this month, which overall like turns into the year of construction, which construction in turn is, you know, money spent on construction and demolition, which is building, you know, buildings and roads and etc. So you obviously want to end up evening everything out and maximizing profits. But it's also kind of neat because, I mean, it's not like going to be a super like penalizing game. There's even an option to borrow money if you really want to. So I mean, I can borrow money and then pay it back, or, you know, do whatever you want to. But when you borrow money, it makes it to where they pull out interest every year. So I mean, obviously your goal is to try and make everything as nice and neat as possible, so that way it works out for you. But I thought it was really, really neat. So, I don't know. If you guys want to check it out, I'm definitely going to leave like links in the description for, you know, the game's page on like where to get it. And it's just a little download link halfway through the page, and there's some screenshots and a video on, you know, what the game has to offer, which is surprisingly a lot considering it's just like a little 8-bit game. It's got nice little chiptune music if you can hear it in the background. I like it. It's very neat. But yeah, so I mean, there's definitely, you can make it a lot bigger than this, but I just kind of wanted to give you guys like a brief little, like, here you go. So anyway, you know, if you want to check it out, links in the description. Other than that though, I'll probably talk to you guys later. So, see ya.